This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Megas, and Redskins had a fucking ridiculous victory over the New Orleans Saints. 47-14. Good Lord. Ass whipping. I wasn't expecting that. I knew there was a chance that we could have won the game because the Saints don't have that good of a defense. That being said, we have been the masters of letting bad teams off the hook, and I was very fearful that this was going to be what was going to happen yet again. That being said, it seemed like the Redskins were trying early to, quell my fears, and then they tried to bring them back when they let New Orleans tie the game twice. One thing that they did, though, that gave me a lot of hope was they ran the ball. Holy shit. They ran the fucking ball. Just it seemed like they changed their blocking scheme a bit. I heard Daryl Johnson mention that he thinks they went to a more man-to-man blocking scheme, a more traditional blocking scheme, as opposed to the zone blocking, which, I'm sorry, but zone blocking, I think zone blocking is, you have to have a certain type of line to do it properly, and I don't believe we have a zone blocking line. We have a pretty big line that's more built for the more traditional styles of blocking. Zone blocking worked back in the day for Denver because they had those small, quick linemen and all of that, and blah 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 blah. But I feel like in the long run, the traditional way just seems to work better, and that showed in the fact that Alfred Morris was able to get off, Matt Jones was able to get off. Hell, Chris Thompson, I may have got his first name wrong, so I apologize, but he got off. They even put Daryl Young in this game. Daryl Young has barely played. He's barely had opportunities this year because of the style of offense that Jay Gruden calls. But when they used him, he was effective. All the backs were effective, and it was what happened? Did someone sit Gruden down in the office and look? You need to run the ball. You need to, figure something out, but run the damn ball because you are playing against our strength. I know you want Kirk Cousins to be, this great superior quarterback. I know you want to prove everybody that you're a quarterback whisperer, blah, 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 blah. Fuck your ego. You need to play to your team's strengths, and I think we did that, and it opened up a lot of things. I mean, you saw that third and fourth play where we were inside our own 20, where he was able to get the ball out to Deshaun Jackson, because nobody was really expecting that because we were running the ball well. You see how the run sets up the pass? Holy shit, what happened? I'm trying to figure out what made him wake the fuck up. But I'm glad it did, whatever it was, make him wake the fuck up, because the run game helped set up a lot. Kirk Cousins ended up having a really good game. Now Jay Gruden gets to suck him off for another week, so congrats on that. But it all stimulated from the run, and on top of that, it really stimulated from the fact that as well as things were executed, the New Orleans Saints defense is atrocious. They played a god-awful game. If they would have played an average game, things might have ended up different, but they just played an all-out, all-around atrocious game. It would be wrong for me to speak about this game if I didn't speak on how badly the Saints defense played. They helped us tremendously and helped build our confidence with the poor tackling, poor positioning, just bad execution all around. That screenplay to Matt Jones that ended up being a 60-something, 70-something yard touchdown, that should have never been. That should have been maybe an 8-yard gain at best. They missed and blew a ton of fucking tackles. It was fucking ridiculous. It was really, really bad. I don't understand what was going on there. I mean, again, a third string running back, he was having a hell of a day, and he barely played. I don't understand how they're that bad. Like, seriously. I mentioned earlier that Rob Ryan should just quit, because I wouldn't want to be fired knowing that it was a performance like that helped get me fired. Because that was bad. That was just awful. They played an awful game. It was just unbearable. I mean, as a Saints fan, I know that had to be unbearable to watch. I'm sorry, Saints fans, but that was unbearable. And I mean, you could tell it was frustrating Drew Brees, so much so that he made that stupid call near the end of the game to go for 4th and 4 that led to the last field goal for the Redskins, because he just wanted to get something to happen. He was just mad. He was frustrated. He was like, no, I don't want to punt the ball. Let's just go. And Sean Payton was like, what the fuck are you doing? But you kind of understand it, because that defense just did such a horrible job that the offense couldn't do anything. They gave the Redskins defense a lot of confidence. They went after Drew Brees and disrupted his rhythm. It was like they couldn't get anything going, because the defense would just be gouged and gouged and gouged on the field for long times, keeping their offense off the field. And then when the offense got on the field, it's like they had tremendous pressure to do something. And when they couldn't do something, it just got worse, because the defense could not do anything. I think the Redskins only punted 2 or 3 times that whole entire game. That's a rarity right there. 400 yards in the first half, ridiculous. 500 and something yards, I forget the final total, but it was over 500. It's sad. It's like really, really sad. Poor New England. But hey, we pick up the win. We give ourselves a good position in the division. Thankfully, the division still is horrible. But you know, hey, you know, can't cry about like being in a position to get to the playoffs that isn't quote unquote honorably or whatever. At this point with the Redskins, we need all the help we can get, and I'll take it. I'll take being in the playoff hunt. But anyway, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.